Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. David here with another ripple effect coming to you from the car with another cryptocurrency update. First off, I really do love to start off my videos by thanking all of my subscribers, my friends, my family, everybody who comes through this channel, drops a comment, a like, subscribes, and shares, and interacts here on this channel and other ripple effect, and on all of the other YouTuber platforms and Discords and chat groups. You guys at this point are the ones that have held the bottom of the track together. You currently are the root system. You are the foundation. We together are going to be the thing that grows this market. Maybe not to the next moon, but we are going to support it and hodl it up until the point when our child is ready to fly free. Today's video, first of all, I want to start by thanking Tim, who is stay-at-home dad here. Towards the end of the live stream, I did say that we were going to maybe get a little bit religious in this video. It's not necessarily religion that we're going to be speaking about, but what we are going to talk about today, and I'm sure some of you guys heard about the 1 gram company. Okay, somebody brought that up in our live stream chat the other day, the 1 gram company, which after doing a little bit of diving into what that is, that's where our conversation is going to start today, guys, is around what, okay, this is going to be where a little bit of the complication comes in, at least as far as understanding or wanting to accept what I say as true. If I was to tell you that the closest religion to Islam or Muslim faith, if you had to take a guess before I tell you what it is, and I'll give you a second to guess, but in the world, what is technically the closest religion as far as practice and understanding and rules and restrictions to the Islamic faith or religion of Muslim practice? If you guys have answered below, the answer is Judaism. Interesting, right? That the Jews and the Muslims, who if you were to watch news any given day, everything about those two groups is most of the time fighting. Interestingly enough, that they are the closest two religions to each other. Monotheistic, they have a lot of the same concepts as far as, you know, eating and halal versus kashrut and those kind of things. So that's going to be what we're getting into today, guys. We're getting into Sharia compliance, and we're going to get into Judaic compliance. So if you can understand that the imams and the Muslim leaders and the Jewish leaders have such drastic restrictions and requirements in regards to the implementation and the practice of your religion. So what we're going to cover, and I'm going to start with Sharia. What we're going to cover today is Sharia-compliant crypto gold could be Islam preparing for a new world reserve currency. So I'm going to get into some of the information in these articles, guys. Now, stick with me. Definitely drop those comments down below. And please, if you're one of my regulars, like this video, because I'm a little fearful, not of the reaction, but of the reaction that we'll get from this video. So I definitely could use all of your support and help on this one, guys, with all the likes and shares. It all started pretty harmlessly in December 2016. After about 12 months of deliberation, the Accounting and Auditing Organization for the Islamic Financial Institution and the World Gold Council announced a new Sharia standard on gold. The new standard was celebrated as potentially big boost for global gold demand, as it would give more than 2 billion Muslims in the world access to gold-based financial products that were previously forbidden to them. So that's one of the things that I referenced, guys, is that this, in regards to Sharia law and kashrut halacha, which is, you know, rabbinical fences and understandings and Talmud and stuff like that, there is so much restriction and requirement that obviously you can see here based on that sentence here, it's going to be a big boost, and it's going to give access to more than 2 billion Muslims in the world to gold-based financial products like vaulted gold, gold accumulation plans, gold certificates, gold-backed ETFs like GLD, and gold mining stocks, which were previously off limits based on what it's saying here. Under Sharia law, physical gold was considered ribawi item, which means it can only be used as currency or worn as jewelry. Very exciting. but couldn't be traded for speculation or future value. However, Muslim investors were well aware that the $1.8 trillion Islamic finances business was missing out on important opportunities. Under the new standard, Sharia compliance is guaranteed as long as physical gold is the underlying asset. I'm going to try and make this video quick, guys. I've got a couple of things going on this morning. So start the conversation down below. Is cryptocurrency legal in your country? Are you able to buy and sell and transact in crypto, or are you overtaxed on gold and silver purchases like in Israel or the Middle East, where you have import taxes, very high import taxes on gold and silver, precious physical gold and silver? The new currency was announced on May 4th, I believe 2018, at the Ritz-Carlton in Dubai International Financial Center, with the official ICO initial coin offering following 17 days later. In recent years, the Middle East has seen incredible growth in fintech innovations, including digital tokens and smart contracts. The founder and CEO of 1gram, in his first press release with 1gram, "We are excited to provide the opportunity for investors who care about the Islamic financial markets and security of commodity-backed investments to benefit from the rapid technological advances in the blockchain industry." Here's going to be the thing, the takeaway, guys. What is 1gram? And we're going to cover into the Judaism one as well. Each 1-gram coin, OGC, is backed by 1 gram of gold. Now, we brought this up, and each can be used for digital payments just like Bitcoin. 1 gram is fixed and won't be changed after the ICO, which means they're not going to be potentially releasing any more coins after the ICO. Once the ICO is done, that is the amount of coins in circulation. The amount of gold, therefore... And so what they're saying is they're going to be using transaction fees minus administration costs, and that will be reinvested to buy more gold. Therefore, the website states the amount of gold backing each 1-gram coin will increase with time. I don't necessarily understand why they would be buying more gold if each coin is backed by one OGC. It doesn't necessarily make sense. So there's some things about this that need to be hashed out. Gold and cryptocurrency experts are already speculating that the implications of the launch. Here we go. Bitcoin is often referred to as good money because of its limited supply, relative fungibility, and ease of exchange. If gold can also start to satisfy those requirements, as a seismic shift from fiat to digital could be considered easier to sell. The public is predisposed to trust gold certainly more than cryptography. Okay, I have a second article here in regards to Sharia, 7 minutes and 45 seconds, and we'll see how quick I get through the Judaism one. But understand, like I told you in the beginning of the video, that these two religions, these two entities, these two groups of people are the closest. If I wanted to pray inside of a mosque, I could do that as a Jew. So that's something that I learned, and it's very interesting. I'm technically not allowed to pray inside of a church or any other place of worship, but if I happened to need to go inside of a place to pray, I would be allowed to enter into a mosque. I might not be personally allowed to enter into the mosque, which I'm sure there are plenty of amazing mosques that would definitely allow me in, no question. I don't want the conversation to get to Jewish and Muslim, because honestly, I lived in Israel for a long time, and I met a lot of amazing people of the Islamic faith, and some of the residents in Jerusalem where I lived. I've met a lot of amazing people, obviously from both sides of the aisle. All right, so does Judaism consider Bitcoins to be money? Borrowing and lending merchandise in Jewish law. So before getting into the question of whether or not something is considered currency, we need to first explain what practical difference it makes. In most instances, as long as something has monetary value, it makes no difference in Jewish law whether it is actually currency or not. There are exceptions, however. We'll focus on the one that is perhaps the most practical: borrowing items. As I'm sure you know, according to the Torah, a Jew is prohibited from borrowing or lending money to another Jew with interest. That's called usuri, or usur. This law applies not just to money, but also to merchandise. E.g., you cannot lend someone 5 pounds of apple and have them give you back 6 pounds. Biblically, one will be allowed to borrow, use, and return the same amount of merchandise. However, in many situations, the rabbis prohibited doing so, since the value of the merchandise may have gone up. E.g., the 5 pounds of apples were worth $5 when they were borrowed, but are worth $8 now. This prohibited practice is called Seah b'seah, measure for measure. For this reason, loans of merchandise need to be made based on the merchandise's value at the time it was borrowed. If you want to return the actual merchandise, you need to return the amount equivalent to the value of the merchandise at the time it was borrowed. Example, $5 worth of apples, even though that is now less than the 5 pounds that were borrowed. When it comes to currency, however, one can simply borrow and return the same amount. This is where we get into Bitcoin. 10 minutes, I feel like I'm like doing some super rambling. Again, guys, please, please, please do like this video if you can. Even if you dislike it, just like it. I would really appreciate that. Getting now into Bitcoin, okay? So Bitcoin and foreign currencies. Having explained one practical difference between currency and merchandise, we can return now to Bitcoins. According to Jewish law, currency is defined as something that the sovereign government declared as legal tender of the country and or is generally accepted currency used in that locale for transactions. So there is really no place, I don't think, where Bitcoin is used generally. There are a few countries that are cryptocurrency friendly, but that's basically saying generally accepted or used for locale transactions. Based on this definition, it is clear that Bitcoins don't currently have the status of currency according to Jewish law, or what I would imagine is Sharia law. Like most foreign currencies, they are considered a commodity practically. That means that if you borrow Bitcoins from somebody, you need to return the value of Bitcoins you borrowed, not the actual Bitcoin. So on that note, we're going to try and let that be the thing. So if you're going to borrow 1 Bitcoin from me, irrelevant of the valuation of the Bitcoin, that one, no, is that what it said? Did I read that wrong? Okay, let's read that again. Okay. That means if you borrow Bitcoins from someone, you need to return the value of the Bitcoins you borrowed, not the actual Bitcoin. So if you borrowed $5,000 in Bitcoin, meaning whatever the equivalent was in Bitcoin to that 5,000, whatever the equivalent in Bitcoin was on the other end of that transaction, when you were going to be repaying that loan, the loan would have to be the exact monetary value. It's very interesting to see that. Okay, here now this article here, 12 minutes. Oh, geez, what time is it? Is this thing gonna show me what time is it? I feel like I gotta go. I'll try and get through this quick, guys. As you see, we got the highlighter out, but among almost 2,000 cryptocurrencies all around the world, this is the first and only one designated and is backed by physical gold, Sharia-compliant, and sophisticated blockchain technology, and it's called 1 gram. This is the company that they brought up the other day. Each 1 gram coin is backed by a physical gram of gold stored in a vault and is audited by the PwC authority. Moreover, 1 gram follows very strict regulations of Islamic law called Sharia. So unlike the rest of cryptocurrencies, the 1 gram is inherently regulated by the Islamic civilization rules and principles, which mean any speculation are maximally prohibited in favor of fair business, which basically is saying, like, you can't be purchasing an asset for speculative purposes. You can't purchase the gold or the 1 gram coin for the speculative purchase of it being worth more money. Now, if it is inherently worth more money based on the fact that it is physically backed by the gold, now if the gold goes up in value and it raises, that's okay. 1 gram is Sharia compliant digital asset. A set of strict rules determines and regulates its function under the authority of Al-Mali Consulting Group, specialized in providing consultancy training services to financial institutions and professionals in the Islamic financial and banking industry. I'm going to get through this quick, guys. 14 minutes. Jeez Louise. The volatility connected with the cryptocurrencies appears to be an advantage in the case of 1 gram, since it generates natural profit for the holders based on the gold value, because any speculation leading to unfair and imbalanced business is banned. Due to the gold-backed model of 1 gram can never drop deeper than the spot price of 1 gram of gold. Islamic financial sector used to be labeled as too conservative, not innovative. Could it still be true? When you take into account the fact that the first gold-backed and Sharia-compliant cryptocurrency based on the high-tech solutions was launched in Dubai last summer, moreover, it is successful in each aspect. The role of money. Although there is no universal definition of money, 3 substantial characteristics are common denominator of most of them. According to them, money is a mean of exchange, meaning I can give you money and you can give me money. A unit of account, meaning that you can account, well, I don't know what that means really, and a store of value, that you could put that money away and that it is a store of value. Unfortunately, the problem is that I don't believe fiat currency is real money. I feel like fiat currency are just promissory IOU notes with nothing backing them, so therefore we are in an unbacked and unregulated fiat industry. Whew. So, considering 1 gram, we can say that it fulfills all 3 characteristics. It's backed by gold, hence it's a store of valuable asset, gold. It meets the 3rd feature. Moreover, holders of 1 gram coin will soon have the opportunity to change tokens or coins for other cryptocurrencies, fiat money, or other products and services, gold, real estate, etc. Therefore, 1 gram also meets the 1st condition. Okay, that's going to be it today, guys. I want you guys to please do start the conversation down below, whether or not you think these things are going to be highly regulated or very irregular. And if you think that there's going to be a benefit, inherent positive or negative, to inviting in full-on cultures or countries. And do you believe that there's ultimately going to be a mass amount of FOMO in regards to a religion or a sect of people or a group of people or an organization or a company when it comes to getting into cryptocurrency? I really do hope you guys all enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too preachy and too religious. And understand, I support everybody, okay? I'm in love with the world. So if you guys are a member of this community, please do like, share, subscribe, and definitely comment down below. Have a blessed day, and we'll see you guys in the next video.